Oh, you should. I have
Check, 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 check. 1, 2. This you right here. Check, check. Be more. Check, check. 1, 2.
Yeah. So they're meeting with the CSU with mayor, superintendent, and executive office. Is Clark across the street, Michelle?
Deck that's like down, yeah.
Right by the entrance. That's the one that weighs for the shield.
Yeah, it's not a walkable street because it's,
Jennifer, right now, it's outside. I got plenty of lots of questions to do.
yes. That's what, yes, yes. Yes, yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you go back. Yes, that's what I'm doing it. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yes.
Get on the path.
Yes, his parent, his parent. Yeah. That's right. Oh, really? I mean, you don't land this. I mean, it's like, okay, but I feel
They started saying like, your children, they charge us free.
it's like, it's just, who knows, whether it's, yeah, that's right. I was like, yes, I was like, that's great, we did a lot of that. Like, I know you don't sound the same.
It's all the past. Like you have to attack your brain.
Thank you.
That was kind of like.
Yeah, we should go back and find those. 20 and 21. Yeah, you, if you're on the phone, you already write down.
I was worried about traffic. That's the last one. Yeah, I mean, like, the parents as well, which is something. I don't know that they were really into yeah, we really like
All good.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that had nothing to do with us. That's not our fault. Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Okay. All the teams are here.
This is the basketball team. Come over here and do the rows between us poems.
Good morning. My name is Janine Lewis. I serve as the Senior Policy Advisor to the Mayor for Youth Development and Education. This morning, we are happy to keep you updated and announce some very impressive, historic, strategic investments in education. So I'd like to introduce our Mayor, Andre Dickens.
Thank you, Janine. I thought you were gonna say all of it. I said, okay, you should. Yeah, but you said, give you the mayor. Okay. But again, thank you, Janine, for all your leadership and the work that you're doing. And thank you all for joining us here today for this extraordinary announcement that we're going to be making. Last year, I dubbed Atlanta's Year of the Youth. That year, we were going to invest, we were going to engage, we were going to employ, we were going to make sure that our youth had all that they needed. Because of the tremendous impact of this initiative, we are launched with many other organizations and leaders that you see here. I decided to name every year the Year of the Youth in the city of Atlanta. Atlanta is a group project, and we can't do much without each other. Encouraging and engaging our youth community means that providing high quality, consistent service to Atlanta Public School students and their families. Thank you, Board Chair Mitchell, and all the board members that are here for your leadership, and to the dynamic team all across the Atlanta Public School system. During the day, we know that APS students are uplifted in the schools, and as a city, we intend to provide additional supports to students before, during, and after school. This is why we're so invested in what we are doing here. And our new superintendent, Dr. Brian Johnson, right behind me here, and the entire APS board, what all you all are doing and exploring ways to continue to uplift your efforts to educate our youth. Dr. Johnson, we are happy to have you with us as we continue to advocate and move forward together to ensure quality education exists for all of Atlanta's students. I partnered with your predecessors, superintendents, and I partnered with other board members in the past when I was a city council member. It's always been important to me to look out for Atlanta Public School students because I am an Atlanta Public Schools graduate. I attended K through 12, and my daughter also attended Atlanta Public Schools, but our city thrives and drives off of Atlanta Public Schools' success and the partnerships. Our goal as an administration is to make Atlanta the best city in the nation to raise a child. And that is this group project that we're doing together. Our efforts so far have helped to reduce violent crime and reduce youth-related crime, to help with increasing our graduation rates. It has helped us register more youth voters. It has helped us be able to get kids bank accounts. It's helped us raise more money for scholarships. This group project is working. And so today we held the first of many strategic meetings to connect our nonprofit partners with APS. These partners that are standing with me today include the Atlanta Urban Development Corporation, PACT, Communities and Schools, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Metro Atlanta, Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro Atlanta, the Urban League of Greater Atlanta, and Operation Hope. And today, I am proud to announce that collectively, with the City Council's approvals, we have dedicated over $30 million in investments into our APS students. And so through the coordinated efforts of these organizations that you see here and others like our Department of Parks and Recreation, our At Promise Centers, et cetera, we'll be able to provide wraparound services like academic assistance, behavioral interventions, and college and career preparedness, supply one-to-one mentorship to students, continue our safe spaces after school work, and so much more. The nonprofit leaders whom you will hear from today are committed to ensuring the city's investments in education reach the students and help to transform the trajectory of the least resource families within our communities. Again, we are looking forward to working with Dr. Brian Johnson, our new superintendent, with all of the members at APS and these fantastic organizations in developing and implementing initiatives that uplift our youth. And we're doing that with Courtney English and his team, Janine Lewis, Megan Sparks, and everybody here in the City of Atlanta's government understands what I mean by group project and that we're going to be working together to move Atlanta forward and to make sure that Atlanta is the best city in the nation to raise a child. And so now I'll pass it on to Brian Johnson, Dr. Brian Johnson, our superintendent.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, school board members that are here, Board Chair Mitchell. We are extremely grateful. Thank you, partners. We are extremely grateful for your support, for your commitment to our children. We know that as a school district, and I always share the statistic, we only get to spend about 20% of a child's K-12 life inside the walls of the school. And the other 80% of a child's school life is spent outside of the walls of school. So, Mayor, as you say, it being a group project, it is and will be, has to be a group project for us to improve outcomes for our students. We are committed to it. Our board has been committed to it. And it's exciting to me to come into a community as a new superintendent and to see such investment, folks that are so invested in making sure that the children of Atlanta Public Schools thrive. And whether it be financial literacy or at the earliest stage of GEARS or looking at affordable housing, there are so many different groups represented, and the whole child wraparound. This is wraparound. This is what wraparound looks like. And so I feel wrapped around as superintendent. So thank you really is what we'll say. And we are extremely, extremely appreciative of your support and of your efforts. And we look forward to the days ahead and what's to come. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am Erica Mitchell. I'm the board chair of the Atlanta Public Schools, the Atlanta Board of Education. I would like to recognize our vice chair, Jennifer McDonald. Also, our board members that are here. I will start with Dr. Ken Zeff, board member Katie Howard, board member Jessica Johnson, and board member Cynthia Briscoe Brown. It is very important for us to have this partnership, but first I would like to thank Mayor Dickens, also Janine Lewis for your hard work and your dedication, Courtney English, former board member, board chair, knows what it takes to move this district forward. This remarkable team has dedicated this initiative to focus on the students of Atlanta Public Schools. This collaboration between Atlanta Public Schools and the city of Atlanta and our community partners represent more than just a commitment to our students. It's a commitment to the future of our city. Today, we stand united with remarkable organizations such as Big Brothers Big Sisters of Metro Atlanta, Boys and Girls Club of Metro Atlanta, the Urban League of Greater Atlanta, Operation Hope, and GEARS and PACT, and communities in schools for their early education collaboration for our city. Together, bringing invaluable resources, insight, programs that have enriched our students' learning and well-being in so many different ways. Through this partnership, we have created an environment where every student has the opportunity to thrive academically and personally. These efforts are more than just education. They are about ensuring that our students are supported holistically, whether through academic support, extracurricular activities, or our community service. I'm excited to witness this positive impact of this initiative. By joining forces, we have created a brighter, stronger future for our students, giving them access to the best opportunity to grow and succeed, which holds true to Atlanta Public School mission. Through a caring culture of equity, trust, and collaboration, every student will graduate for college and career in life. Thank you for all of your support as we move forward together with this important work. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm John Majors, CEO of Atlanta Urban Development. I am very excited to announce that Atlanta Urban Development, which is a subsidiary of Atlanta Housing, and we have one and only one purpose, that is to accelerate the delivery of affordable housing units here in Atlanta. We are partnering with Atlanta Public Schools to develop mixed income and affordable housing units on APS surplus sites. What's really exciting about that is that that gives us the opportunity, as we're recruiting in potential development partners, we can actually add in points and incentives for things like building space out for wraparound services, building affordable, deeply affordable units for APS employees, et cetera. So we're just very excited to be one of the very many partners here as part of the group project. So thank you all.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Stephanie Blank. I am board chair of GEARS, which stands for the Georgia Early Education Alliance for Ready Students, quite a mouthful. We also house PACT, which is Promise All Atlanta Children Thrive, and we focus on early childhood. We recognize that in order for APS to produce the best and brightest students, they have to enter into their doors ready to go and having a solid foundation. So we are so happy to be partnering with APS and the city of Atlanta on scholarships for our APS teachers. We know how important that is for the retention of those teachers and to make their situation more affordable. We are also partnering with the city to do repair and renovation grants for so many of our early learning centers, whether it's leaking roofs or playgrounds that aren't up to par for our children. We are helping rectify that. And we are also looking at the professional development and retention of our early childhood educators, because we know that working families and those children also need stability, and we are doing that in partnership with the city and the Rotary Club of Atlanta. So we are so thrilled that APS and the city recognize the importance of early childhood and the difference it can make in the trajectory of a child's life. And thank everyone for all their partnership.
Good morning. My name is Frank Brown, and I'm the proud CEO of Communities and Schools of Atlanta. CIS of Atlanta started here in Atlanta, and now it's spread across the country. This network serves in 25 states and reaches about 2 million kids every day. Here in Atlanta, we're in 73 schools, reaching almost 50,000 kids every day, with about 4,000 of those kids on our caseload. I want to thank the mayor and his team, because with this $1.5 million investment, we were able to go into 6 new APS schools that we haven't served in a while. And last year, APS schools, students that we served, 99% of them stayed in school or either graduated on time, and 100% of them went on to the next grade. So when we sit here and look at our statistics, we're an evidence-based model. We thank the APS, we thank Superintendent Johnson. His success is very important in this community. And we're going to do everything we can to make sure that he's a success, and more importantly, that our kids become full participants in this American dream. As homeowners, taxpayers, voters, and all in to make sure that we do everything we can to meet the mayor's promise of making Atlanta the best city for a child to be raised. So we look forward to working with all of you, and we are here, and we're going to be here until the job is done.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Kwame Johnson, CEO of Big Brothers and Sisters. More importantly, I'm a defender of potential. None of us got to this room without someone defending our potential. We all had mentors, right? I'm the CEO, but got my whole team here. We took up the whole second row who make this work happen at Big Brothers and Big Sisters. We're on a mission to really make mentorship a part of the fabric of Atlanta. Just imagine what kind of city we could have if every young person had a mentor, if we defended their potential to help them get to the next level. We're so appreciative of the mayor's office and the Atlanta Public Schools for their support of a new program we developed called Level Up. We've been in Atlanta for 60 years, but this program came out of Atlanta Public Schools and it actually came from a principal, Ms. Crooms, who came to me and challenged me coming out of COVID. He said, we'd love Big Brothers and Big Sisters, but we need mentors for every kid in our school building. And that was a big challenge for us because we never had done that before. So we created a new program. We actually had paid mentors working in schools every single day, mentoring young people to make sure that they're reaching their full potential. This program came out of an idea of a principal. We build programs for the community. We build programs for principals. We're now serving close to 1,000 kids in this model across 4 middle schools in Atlanta with the goal of getting to all the middle schools. We have paid trained professionals from the community with lived experience working with people, young people every day. And I'll give you some of the results. Average daily attendance increased by 4% in the grade levels that we serve, which is huge. Kids are coming to school because they want to see their mentor and be a part of that process. Our schools had an average of 3% daily attendance increase. Our first year, 2 of our schools had the best increase in daily attendance of all the middle schools. 80% of our students had no discipline school events. 90% of our students improved their emotional regulation, and 83% decreased on depression symptoms. So this model is working. Our goal now is to scale this to more schools. We're now in DeKalb as well, and we're training 10 other cities in the Big Brothers Big Sisters network to really scale mentorship. Our big goal is to scale mentorship in public education. Just imagine what kind of city and what kind of country we could have if we did that together. We appreciate the partnership.
Good morning. I'm David Jernigan. I serve as president and CEO of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro Atlanta. And as some of you know, I used to serve as the deputy superintendent for Atlanta Public Schools. So this is very special and near and dear to my heart to welcome you here to the city of Atlanta, Superintendent Johnson. We are so thrilled to have you here. I will say when I served as deputy superintendent, I used to often say, I wish that folks understood that we can't do this alone. Schools alone cannot solve the complexity and of the challenges our kids face. And I will tell you, Mr. Superintendent, the people standing next to you get that. We are here with you. I'm glad you feel the wraparound support. You just have to let us know if you feel suffocating at some point, because we're here. And I have the privilege of leading a great team. They're on the 3rd row back here with Boys and Girls Clubs. These are the folks on the ground in our clubs. We are 10 club sites in the city of Atlanta, serving thousands of young people in the 52 schools that we serve in, and those critical out-of-school hours, serving young people from 2 to 8 o'clock every afternoon, providing academic support, character and leadership, and healthy lifestyles programming. And we are thrilled to be partnering with the school district as well as with the city of Atlanta. And I always have to applaud my mayor for bringing this group project together in a way that I've never seen in this city before. Stakeholders and partners coming together on behalf of the kids of the city. And we're just excited to be a part of it and grateful for everyone who's here today. And Mr. Mayor and Mr. Superintendent, we're here for you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Nancy Flake Johnson. I'm President and CEO of the Urban League of Greater Atlanta. We are excited to be here because we partner with the city to support over 60 on-the-ground, community-based organizations that support Atlanta Public School students outside of school hours. And I did not know that statistic, Dr. Johnson, that only 20% of the time of students is spent in schools. The work we do with after-school care and support is critically important. So Urban League's role is to serve as a capacity builder and administrator for these micro grants that support our small nonprofits that's helping them to grow and build their capacity. In addition to that, and we cover everything from academic enrichment to sports to young CEOs and all the things that our kids have passions for beyond academics as well. In addition to that, Atlanta, Urban League of Greater Atlanta, that's been around for 102 years, dedicated to education and the economic empowerment of our communities. We support parents. And so we are here for our parents for adult education. We partner with APS Adult Ed at our At Promise centers throughout the city. That's a partnership with Atlanta Police Foundation. And I serve as a co-chair, and Urban League does, with Cascade United Methodist Church for Atlanta Leaders for Literacy for All. We know literacy is one of the most critical priorities for our students. Without literacy, beyond third grade, that's when students read to learn. And so we're here, Dr. Johnson, to support you in every way we can, along with the Atlanta Speech School, to make literacy a priority. So thank you for this opportunity to be part of this wraparound project, Mr. Mayor, as well as Dr. Johnson. Thank you. We're here for you, and I love partnering with each and every one of our community-based organizations up here. We work together, and we know that we'll expand our partnerships because of what we're doing here today. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. You know, the mayor has an engineering background. Little known fact, he worked in technology also. He understands you gotta get the plumbing right, you gotta get the wiring right. Can't just have a vision. Being a PhD is good, being a PhD is even better. He's about outcomes. And so he wired up a plan that actually has a foregone conclusion. It's called success. Let me give you the data because I like math because it doesn't have an opinion. $356,500. That's how much kids in kindergarten put in Atlanta Hope Child Savings Accounts. We have 8,200 child savings accounts, not nationwide, in the city of Atlanta. That means every child, because of the mayor's vision, every child in kindergarten has a savings account. Now, you may not think this is all that important. Again, we love data. Studies have proven that if you give a child an account at kindergarten with no money in it, they're 50% more likely to go to college. Put $50 in that account, and they're 75% more likely to graduate from college. And we all know if you have a college degree, you're going to earn 7 figures compared to somebody with a high school degree. We all know that education is everything, and you don't just before you introduce artificial intelligence and technology that's coming, that's going to require high levels of critical thinking. That's what we're doing here, is creating the next generation of leaders. How do we know this works? Beyond the fact that this is my personal story, I grew up in Compton, South Central, and I got my financial literacy course when I was 9 years old, got a bank account, had a mentor, a role model, decided I was going to become an entrepreneur. Beyond my personal story, here's something else for you. I was in Canada 2 weeks ago, Mayor, Mr. Superintendent. They farm club the National Hockey League professionals in kindergarten. They source professional team members in kindergarten. We do that here in middle school and high school with football players and baseball players and basketball players. But for the largest economy in the world, we don't do that with engineers or business managers or attorneys or lawyers or bankers or all the things that drive healthcare, all the things that drive the economy, even educators. We leave it to chance. And the reason you know this is going to be successful is the mayor has used his engineering experience, and now you have a quarterback and the superintendent who are literally raising the bench strength for the playoff games of the rest of our lives. The GDP for this country, the gross domestic product for this country, and the GDP for this city, you're looking at the research and development for the GDP for this city's future 20 years now. The research and development is happening right now with this best-in-class team of leaders who think global and act local. You don't have to dream and believe in the dream. You can believe in the data. You can believe in the wiring. You can believe in the plan. And you can pop into a school sometimes, look in a kid's eye, and recognize the dream, because it is all right there. Remember, we model what we, and what you see here is excellence.
All right, you heard it from all of these great leaders, these great community partners, Atlanta Public Schools, our board chair, our superintendent, board members, and all of these dynamic leaders. I did want to have just say one thing before I take questions. At the corner of my eye, I saw the city CFO, Mohammed Bala, and it reminded me that the city of Atlanta just received AAA bond rating, the highest bond rating you could ever get, right? And I say that after mentioning that we have committed $30 million to Atlanta Public Schools students and wraparound services. I say that after we've committed $60 million to those experiencing homelessness. This group project doesn't hold, these investments are just that, they're investments. And so the bond agencies, those that look at the future of a city, they say the investments that we're making in the least of these and the youngest of these is going to produce an even better city. So this group project that we are committed to working alongside APS and these great leaders here of community organizations, is all about producing the future that we want to have, to make Atlanta the best city in the nation to raise a child. And that means a city that is on top of all its affairs, from finance to community building. So I just saw that, Bala, thank you for your leadership, and our team members for being good stewards of the public trust financially. I'll take any questions at this time.
I know that from the statistics here that like people going into poverty, or children going into poverty, have a less than 5% chance of breaking out of that poverty. How do you feel that this initiative challenges in the past?
Yeah, that is a disturbing statistic that Atlanta has lived with for far too long. Our income immobility. Children born in poverty tend to stay in poverty, have a 4% chance of making it to the upper middle class. Well, this group project here has all of the key ingredients to change that dynamic. That is what we're doing here, from early childhood education so that their zip code doesn't determine their destiny from the time they're born, to kindergartners getting a bank account with some money in it that they can add to it over time when they cut grass or do a good chore, or family members for Christmas or holidays or birthdays can put in it. These are outcomes that's going to make them more mobile and moving up to affordable housing development on Atlanta Public Schools sites and our sites and other sites to make sure that folks don't have to spend more money than they have in their month. These things help families be able to move up so they don't overspend on housing, so that they have a bank account, so that they have a mentor, so that they have a place to go play at the Boys and Girls Club. They have a mentor from Big Brothers and Big Sisters. They have somebody at Communities in Schools that's giving them nurturing and advisement, and they have a big brother that's going to take care of hanging out with them, or big sister on the weekends. So this collaboration and all the above. Let me look around and see if I shout somebody else out. I don't want nobody to feel bad that I didn't shout them out. But and Nancy's gonna make sure that all the nonprofits, Urban League of Greater Atlanta is gonna make sure administratively all this is taken care of. Don't miss anybody. And Janine and Courtney is gonna be the biggest cheerleaders and administrators that you need. What else you got? Yeah.
Quickly, an update on the air quality due to the chemical fire. Wondering if it's affecting APS activities today.
Well, I'll start, and if APS wants to comment about it. So while we were meeting back there, we were constantly getting updates about the air quality. So as we started the day, the fire that occurred over the weekend in Rockdale County, Conyers, we believe that the winds began to shift as the cloud cover, the fog was there. So we've heard stories from Atlanta, East Point, College Park, Clayton County, DeKalb County, Lawrenceville, and other places around experiencing a smell in the air. We have sent AFRD, Atlanta Fire Rescue Department, has gone out with our drones as well as our handheld testers to determine what it is. And we found that it's a small, faint amount of chlorine in the air. It's not at exceeding levels. It's not at levels that exceed where humans can deal with it. But those that are immune immune challenged, those that have conditions may want to stay indoors or wear a mask out of precaution. We are waiting on more EPD and EPA support that as well. We're waiting on more testing to continue. And also we're waiting on Fulton County and DeKalb County health authorities to weigh in on it as well. So, and also it looks like I've been getting reports that it's, dissipated more as the day has risen. So hopefully we won't have this as an issue much longer. But my team, our emergency preparedness and emergency management team, is constantly looking out for that to make sure that Atlantans as well as the region is safe, because it's actually affected more than the city. I don't know if APS has, you guys have any thoughts on it thus far? I know you were with us as this was happening.
Martha, I don't even let a good moment pass with you. Okay, all right. So what we did today, until we continue to get updates, is we moved recess indoors. Our hope is to be able to continue afternoon activities or after-school activities, but we'll continue to take in information. Our team will meet here in the next 45 minutes to an hour to make an after-school determination. We moved today recess indoors out of an abundance of caution.
Did you have another one for him or me?
Well, it might be for last part. Okay, I'm curious if you could talk, Mayor, about how the 30 million will work. Will it go from the city to EPS to the organizations?
Yeah, some of it has already moved. So like $22 million is already in the hands of Gears/PAC for early childhood education. 1.5 million is in the hands of communities and schools. 700,000 is with Big Brothers Big Sisters. And how much is with Boys and Girls Club? $1 million. Janine knows all the numbers. And so this money is not going directly to APS. It's going, and the money is managed through Urban League of Greater Atlanta for the smaller nonprofits. Any other? That's all we got. Thank you all. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Everybody ready to hit? Everybody got the legs for me? Perfect, thank you.
All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you.
I like that.